This is the story of an owl named Bimbo. Once upon a time, there was a kingdom of birds in a great big forest. It was a great kingdom, with birds of every size, shape, color, and strength. Every day, you could hear the sounds of the birds and their voices, calling to one another. Their voices filled the air, creating an atmosphere of joy, happiness, and prosperity. Among the hundreds of birds in this great kingdom, there was an owl called Bimbo. He was a beautiful owl. The feathers on his wings, head, and the tips of his brow were a soft brown, dotted with specks of white. The feathers on his chest were white, with their tips just so slightly stained with a smidget of dark brown. His big yellow eyes shone brightly against the moonlit night. He was strong and majestic, and he knew it, for Bimbo was the king of the owls. Bimbo was a proud king. He was proud because his people lived happily. There was peace and joy, and food was abundant. But he was also a wise king, wise enough to know not to take for granted the peace that now reigns, a peace which had come from a time of great turmoil. Deep within the mountains lay imprisoned under layers and layers of rocks, the most terrifying bird of all, the bane of the entire bird race, a fire-breathing phoenix called Jaffer. Many years ago, Jaffer was a free-spirited bird, but he was also gullible. He thought the world would be a much better place if only he could be in control of it. He dreamed of riches beyond anything the eyes could see. His greed and quest for power made him cruel and envious of the bird world, and he planned and schemed to take total possession of it. But his evil plans became known to the High Council of Birds. Jaffer was banished, locked up within the depths of the mountain forever. But in the year of the great big drought, when the earth was scorched and the fields were void of even a single green leaf, a great rain began to fall. It rained for many days and nights. Torrents of water seeped into the cracks of the earth, causing a great rumble. Massive volumes of water suddenly meeting dry earth shook the very core of the mountain. It caused the earth to quake. The quake dislodged the layers of rocks under which Jaffer was imprisoned. The rocks fell away, and Jaffer broke free. Furious at being imprisoned for so many years, Jaffer rose out of the roaring fire and headed straight for the kingdom of the owls. He spread his wings wide, took a very deep breath, and out of his mouth came a searing fire aimed directly at the villages of the Owl Kingdom. So hot was the fire that it burned and burned for many days. Jaffer continued to rain down torrents and torrents of fire until almost all the homes in the villages were destroyed. Many owls, young and old, were burned alive in the fire. Crops and grain were destroyed. All that was left was smoke and black ash where homes once stood. The owls who survived Jaffer's wrath escaped into the deep, dark forest. Bimbo was wise. He knew he could not defeat the phoenix on his own. He knew that if he tried, he might put all the lives of the remaining surviving owls in danger. He could not risk the complete annihilation of the Owl Kingdom. So he decided to go and ask for help from the High King Darius. King Darius was the king of all birds in the Bird Kingdom. He was a just king and a fierce warrior, a great protector of all birds. Jaffer the Phoenix was also a bird under the protection of King Darius. But the wise king could not allow one bird to threaten and endanger all the birds. To save the birds and the entire bird kingdom from the treachery of Jaffer, King Darius had agreed with the High Council to have Jaffer imprisoned for life. Bimbo, king of the owls, stood before High King Darius to plead his case.
What brings you to my high kingdom, Bimbo, king of the owls?
O great king, I have come to ask for your help. My people, the owls, are in great danger. The treacherous Jaffer has broken free of his prison and laid half of my lands to waste. Half my people are dead. The young and the old are hiding in the deep, dark forest. Our men are brave but few in number. We cannot defeat Jaffer on our own. O great King Darius, protector of all the birds, help us.
I shall send an army of eagles to help you. Jaffer must be controlled and contained for the safety of all the birds.
The eagle army, led by two of the fiercest eagle generals, pursued Jaffer from the east, while Bimbo and his brave owl fighters attacked from the west. They engaged Jaffer in a heated battle. Jaffer was defeated and lay on the ground. Jaffer was dead. With Jaffer gone, the owls were safe and peace reigned again in the entire bird kingdom. The story of Bimbo was passed down from one owl generation to the next, to serve as an example of a king so brave and so wise that he placed the happiness, peace, and safety of his people before his own interest, so that generations and generations of owls should never forget.